Hey Mark, what's going on, dude? I was going to just respond with Instagram videos, but I thought that would kind of be too short, and I wouldn't give this the time that it deserved. Um, Dude, thank you first off, and I really appreciate it. Um, First off, when I'm coming to you, talking to you, it's like out of a place of like ignorance is right here, and then like I'm like right there as far as like the word of Christ and the different sects and choices that people make with their religions. But when I was watching the video that you put together, looked like with ease and eloquence and a lot of intellect. But I had this kind of like oh duh moment where I was like, oh well that makes sense. Yeah, it's like it's the word of the law. If like we were to say, okay, well on Florida Avenue we can only go 35 miles an hour, but if you're Catholic, you have to go. You only 25, and if you go 35, you're gonna go. You won't be saved or whatever. So it's like they're adding to the law and the word of the Lord, like you said, which I find is kind of like a no brainer. Like, oh yeah, well that makes sense. And I was raised Catholic, and then my mother and I and my father and my family we all stepped away from the church because at St. Joseph's in Haines City, my mother and I'm sorry, my grandmother and a priest over there. Like I guess there was like a physical altercation where my grandmother was slapped, and my parents from that moment were like, we're going to worship Christ from our home and never go to church again. And then I didn't go to church for the longest time until I met my wife, and then we went to Oasis, which is like a small church off of it's like right by Polk State. Off and on whenever I come back home from being in the army. But here recently, even today, we went to church and we found a new church, and I think it is. I'm not sure. It's called Free Life Church. It just doesn't. It's great. I think it's an evangelical Christian church or just like a Christian church, no sect involved. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I have to explore a lot, but it seemed really homogenous and like not as doctrinal as I would like. And that's honestly that was like where my bias was coming from. It was a lot of bias to Catholicism because it seemed more doctrinal or seemed more enlightened. And they would talk about the text more. I mean, I think that the Pastor Scott today at Free Church, Free City Church, talked about texts maybe 5 times, and the rest was kind of like uh, normative kind of discussion. It was like not necessarily a lot about fact-based stuff. Either way, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was really good for me to be back in the church with my family. I think it's going to give us a lot of structure and kind of like fill a hole that we've kind of been missing out on. That being said, that'll probably be our way forward here in the church, going there. And dude, Mark, you've been doing great. You've been on what's up, dude? Oh, it's right over here. Yeah, you can come in real quick. Oh. You've been doing a great job, Mark, and I can tell that you are on a divine path, man, and you know what you're talking about, dude. And I think you're doing great. I think that kind of covers my points in my response. I just didn't want to like hit you with like 1 minute of like videos on Instagram. So thank you, brother, and you're a great dad and a great husband and father too. So high five, and I hope to see you soon, man. Bye.